9. Blood-sucking demon. So, basically a vampire in that case. Blood-sucking demon. It's pretty much what a vampire is. I jump out of bed. It's almost 6 in the morning. Even Senpai. Why? No, that woman in priestly robes wasn't necessarily Senpai. Because there was something different about her. The me inside the dream was strange, but that Senpai was even stranger. Leaping from rooftop to rooftop, throwing swords like bullets. It almost seemed like Senpai was more of a monster than the killer. So, it has to be a dream. Because when I opened my eyes, I was sleeping in my own bed. I can just call it a dream? I laugh. Whether or not it was a dream isn't the problem. What I remember and how much I didn't want to kill are meaningless. All I know is my body is still excited. Oh, God. It's more than just morning wood. The feel of breaking the man's neck, of skewering CL Senpai's arms over her head, and licking her body. I can still feel the heat of her breath. So, whether it was a dream or reality makes no difference. I killed someone and tried to rape Senpai in either case. Excuse me. Hisui enters, carrying my school uniform. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Yeah, morning, Hisui. I answer, shaking off the remaining sensation of Senpai's warmth. But it's no good. Even though Hisui came to wake me up, I still can't help but feel depressed. I don't know, it sounds more like you're, aroused than depressed. Don't know. Shiki-sama? You seem pale. Are you still ill? Nah, it's not that. I'm always like this in the morning. I get out of bed. I always feel the urge to rape people in the morning. My head aches, but I ignore it. I'll go to the sitting room. I bet Akiha's waiting? No. It seems that Akiha-sama is not feeling well this morning either, so she shall be absent from school today. But she was fine just last night. I cannot say. Since I heard this only from Ne-san, I do not know the details. I see. Another fit, like before, I guess. Ne-san is in the sitting room, so please ask her for the details. With that, Hisui leaves. Ah, good morning, Shiki-san. You're up early today. Morning, Kohaku-san. I heard Akiha's condition is bad. What happened? Ah, Hisui-chan told you. Akiha-sama has a bit of a fever, so she's taking off today. A fever? But why? Well, she's been really busy since you got back, hasn't she? Speaking with relatives, arrangements to change schools. She's just tired out. Just tired out? Really? Of course. Oh, Shiki-san, you're panicking. She must be really important to you. Kohaku-san laughs happily. As she speak, I think you should have corrected that, translators. As she speaks, I realized how tense I was getting. Nah, I was just really worried about Akiha. I was just... Just what, Shiki-san? Her eyes stare straight at me. I'm not good at lying, and I don't want to betray my feelings. No, you're right. Akiha's important to me, so like you said, I was worried. Though I'm embarrassed, I tell Kohaku-san my true feelings. Shiki-san, you're very honest today. Please, say that when Akiha-sama's here. With an innocent smile, she says something pretty scary. Oh, come on. There's no way I could tell Akiha that. By the way, is she still asleep? Yes, she took some medicine and went to sleep a short while ago. She said there's no need to visit, so Nissan should just go to school. Really? Well then, I'm glad. I sit down on the sofa. At least this is one less thing to worry about. It sounds like something you probably should be worrying about. Ah, Shiki-san. Last night, were you really talking to Akiha-sama in the garden? That's right. I couldn't sleep yesterday, and when I looked out, Akiha was in the garden, so I went out and talked for a bit. Why? Well, Hisui-chan said so, so I was a bit worried. But Shiki-san, you shouldn't be going outside late at night. It's very dangerous these days. Yeah, with a vampire killing and raping people. I mean, usually vampires don't rape people, at least in vampire mythology. They just kind of seduce women instead of raping women, so I don't know. I guess you could have it both ways too. I could see vampires raping women. Although with Dracula, he didn't have to rape women. He would just, use his powers of seduction. Because of the killer, right? I think I know that better than anyone. Even so, please take care. Apparently a man was killed in town last night. I jump off the sofa. Kohaku-san, is that true? Yes, it was on the morning news. Since the victims have all been women until now, they seem to be talking about it a lot. A man. A male victim. The unknown man I killed in the dream. Shiki-san? Kohaku-san is saying something. No, it's nothing. That's all I can say as I stand in amazed shock. It was all just a dream, Shiki. I arrive at school. It's 7:50. Even though I left the mansion very early, I still only made it to school at the last minute. The reason is obvious. The possibility that I might be the killer slowed me down. I step through the gate. There are people like me all around going to class. Every time I see them, I freeze. There are people who never think of murder, and amongst them are people like me, attending the same lessons. Yumizuka, at last, I know how you felt. No, I can't compare my situation to hers, but perhaps now I understand a little of her feelings. The way I am now, I can't be here. I have killed many people already. It doesn't matter if it's a dream or not, but with desires like that, I must not be here. I smile wryly. A few days ago, I wouldn't even have imagined something like this. Hey you, if you just stand around like that, you'll be late. Huh? Someone hits me on the shoulder. Good morning, Tono-kun. We're here today at the same time. Wonder why she's running late. I'm so surprised I can't speak. If she's too busy trying to hunt down the murderer. What's wrong? Your face is red, Tono-kun. I forgot. Thinking only about myself, I forgot about Senpai. Last night, the black figure who appeared before me as I killed, pursuing the killer, caught by the killer and skewered from behind. And then, the body I was about to rape. I would imagine it'd be very awkward to see her again after that. Senpai, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I almost raped you last night. How are you doing, by the way? I should apologize for last night. I should apologize for almost raping her. But I still don't know myself whether that was a dream or not. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a dream, considering, somebody had been apparently murdered last night. It was a male victim killed by a quote-unquote vampire. But more than anything... Yes? What is it, Tono-kun? No, you seem the same as ever, Senpai. More than anything, Senpai is the same as ever. So, either last night's events were just a dream, or the figure in black wasn't CL Senpai. I don't know, man, it looked an awful lot like her. The person who was skewered with an iron pipe last night would not be attending school today, and if CL Senpai was the figure from yesterday, she should not be smiling warmly at the killer. Tono-kun, is something wrong? Your face keeps getting red and blue. Are you not feeling well? An autumn cold, perhaps? No, it's not that, it's just... The feel of last night's dream is still with me, and I can't look directly at Senpai. The gleam of naked skin, its soft texture. My fingers gripping her soft breasts with most of the red blood flowing over her like a tattoo. Shiki, you get turned on by some weird shit. I think Shiki regularly browses through kink.com. Search vampire porn. This is bad. I remember too much. It's too real. Tono-kun, you've really been strange for a while. Maybe you should get some medicine from the nurse's office before going to class? Is she concerned? Senpai peers at me. Wait, Senpai. If she gets close, I'll remember last night's dream. With CL Senpai's face appearing before me, I can feel my face getting completely red. Ah, you seem really ill. Dropping her shoulders in amazement, Senpai stretches out her hand. Obviously, you have a fever. Senpai's hand touches my forehead. Her warmth and gentle touch is too much. Wait, Senpai, it's nice, but right now is a bit... It doesn't feel like you have a fever. Senpai ignores my words, pressing her hand against my forehead. And, as she takes my temperature, I catch sight of a bandage under the sleeve of Senpai's uniform. Huh? The bandage goes a little way down from the base of her palm. There's no mistaking it. This is where she was skewered last night. My body heat vanishes instantly. I feel as if reality is collapsing around me. Senpai, that bandage on your arm. What happened? Ah, this? Well, it's embarrassing, but it was my own negligence. It healed already, but I felt like putting a bandage on. It's nothing major, so don't worry about it. Senpai speaks casually. Why? Because I know it's a lie. No, it is something major. Since you were skewered by that iron pipe, I bet it still hurts. Why would you say that? Then, the smile vanishes from Senpai's face. Thump. The atmosphere in my dream returns. For an instant, the air around me freezes. Tono-kun, do you have a moment?
I need to talk to you a little bit about murder.
Saying so, Senpai takes my arm. I can't find words yet. CL Senpai says nothing, and she pulls me behind the school building. Something tells me you're about to be killed, Chiki. I guess I made you skip class. For some reason, Senpai sounds so normal. I can say nothing. I can only hang awkwardly on this ray of hope. Then in a moment, Senpai will say, "What are you talking about last night, Tono-kun?" The dream will be a dream after all, and Senpai will just be Senpai. Senpai. Yes, I should show you this first. Interrupting me, CL Senpai rolls up the sleeves of both arms weak, wrapped in bandages. As you say, this happened last night. I can't ask who did it, because it is my doing. But it's clear now. It's the truth. I am a killer who has killed many people already. Crap. It really happened. Senpai says nothing else, but merely stares at me. At me. She knows Tonoshiki is the killer. Then why? Why? Why have you said nothing until now, Senpai? You knew I was the killer, right? So why didn't you... I can't understand why she continued to be my ordinary school Senpai. I've killed people. I did that to you last night. How can you face me like that, Senpai? It's not unusual. I'm your Senpai, so why shouldn't I? Whatever you say, I haven't seen you out at night. Straightening, she speaks frankly. What? She hasn't met me at night, but yesterday we were fighting to the death. What are you talking about, Senpai? Twice now you've interrupted me killing someone. That's true, but I've never raised a sword against you. What? That's nonsense. You've thrown loads of them at me. I saw it clearly. Or are you saying that figure wasn't you? Are you pretending not to know? Well, I would like to feign ignorance if I could, but there's no reason if you have seen that much. Senpai's attitude is completely unchanged. Senpai's words just now seem to the point. No, she's purposely doing so. If I calm down, I'm not one to talk, but Senpai isn't exactly normal either. So is that why she's trying to evade my questions? Senpai, please answer me seriously. There's too much I don't understand. I'll go crazy. CL Senpai, why were you doing that? Oh, Tono-kun, you look scary. I don't know how serious she is, but Senpai pulls away from me. Somehow, she dodges the question completely. Senpai, please answer me seriously. Last night and before that, what were you? That was something no ordinary human could do. Ah, what do you mean, that? I mean, that ridiculous movement, throwing all those swords. I saw about 20 swords. Where were you keeping them all? And last night. Yes? What about last night? I think she was keeping them all up her ass. Just pulled them out. Last night, I stabbed you with an iron pipe. So, how can you be walking around so calmly today? However you look at it, it's not normal. Senpai, are you really human? For a moment, Senpai glances down with a terribly sad expression. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. I only have the name CL. I'm an exorcist specializing in vampires. I know that I'm not an ordinary human like you. Vampires, Senpai? Don't worry. I'm not from around here, so I'm already ready for you to look at me that way. Looking away, she says something incomprehensible. Hold on, Senpai, what do you mean by exorcist? An exorcist is an exorcist. A member of a holy order who has learned the rites for banishing demons. Don't you know, Tono-kun? It's a common word, so I thought you'd know it. Well, to be honest, I do more extermination than banishing, so I'm a bit different. Would it help if I said it's more like a sorceress? It's not exactly right, in fact, it's almost the opposite, but perhaps it'll be easier for you to understand. A sorceress? But that's... I can hardly call it impossible. After all, I've seen her superhuman powers, but I can't believe it. Or maybe I don't want to believe it. Since she was such a kind senpai, maybe I just want CL to stay as senpai. That's a lie. Without realizing it, those words escaped my mouth. Yep, you're right, it's a lie. It's all nonsense, so please don't believe any of it. She won't say anything. She's just going to let it disappear as a lie. No, this isn't nonsense. I don't want to accept it, but I have to. Why is it? Senpai lowers her eyes sadly. I don't know what's happening either, but I've tried to kill people, and you always saved me. I don't understand anything, but I do know that. Wasn't that just a dream? You're just an ordinary high school student. You have my word. Well, if I don't say that, my powers of suggestion won't work. Just an ordinary... Even if it is a dream, someone who enjoys murder every night is living with other normal people. Even I feel bad about being bad. Even I feel bad about... Man, some of the lines in this, I don't know if it's just a translation error, if that's actually how he said that. Yes, feeling the urge to kill people. Not merely in dreams, but I have such desires in reality too. And not strangers. Akiha, the person I know best. Killer, huh? Yeah, now that I stated, I understand. It's natural for you to come to me every night. You can't leave such a dangerous guy alone. So you are going to kill me, Senpai. Why won't you answer? Say something, Senpai. I grab Senpai's arm around the bandage and drag her towards me. Senpai says nothing, looking down. I don't understand. I don't understand anything, Senpai. I don't understand myself anymore. So please, Senpai, if you know anything, please tell me. Tono-kun, do you really believe you're the killer? I can't think of anything else. So I just want to rest now. Since I don't know myself, I want to hear it clearly from you. And then, even if I have to die, I'll be ready for it. Why, Senpai? Why? Why can't you just laugh it off as always? If you did, maybe we could go on like this. But it's too late for that now. The spell has already faded. Saying so, Senpai escapes my grasp and leaps away, far away. Tono-kun, I'll tell you what I know. What kind of person you are, exactly how many people you've killed. For a moment, I feel dizzy. Even though I said I was ready, hearing the word killed so clearly, my chest hurts. Good. Tell me, Senpai. No, not here. I'll be at the school tonight. After that, you decide, Tono-kun. So that means she's leaving the final decision to me. If I go to school tonight, that's the end. But if I don't, we can't go back to the way we've always been. A final choice. I can't say I'll definitely be there, so I say nothing. Well then, I'll be waiting at school tonight. But promise me one thing, that you will keep this a secret from your younger sister. Huh? From Akiha? Of course, I wouldn't want to get Akiha involved in any of this, so there's no need to say that. There isn't, but why is Senpai asking so seriously? As if saying Akiha was the enemy, not me. Senpai, Akiha has nothing to do with this. Tono-kun, please be careful around her. Leaving a warning in a frightening voice, Senpai disappears. The lesson finishes, and the students disperse. Even if I'm going to meet CL Senpai at school tonight, I should return to the mansion first. In the end, the conversation only told me the dreams were real. Nothing is resolved, and I still don't know whether I'm the killer or not. After sighing heavily, I leave the classroom. Hisue is at the mansion gate. Huh? What are you doing out here, Hisue? I'm waiting to welcome you home, Shiki-sama. Huh? Well, I'm glad, but why? You said you wouldn't be able to meet me here anymore. That was because you and Akiha-sama were together. Nei-san, she suggested we should refrain from send-offs and greetings when you were together. I see. Certainly, if it were with Akiha, it would be awkward to be met by Hisue. Another of Kohaku-san's strange ideas. Well, I'm always glad to be met by you, Hisue. Anyways, I'm home. Thanks for coming out. Yes. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Hisue bows. Thinking about it calmly, a maid bowing in front of a mansion is a terribly anachronistic image. Oh, by the way, is that Akiha doing any better? Is that Akiha doing any better? God damn it, some of the grammar in this just throws me off sometimes. Is that Akiha doing any better? I think it should be, is Akiha doing any better? Yes, it seems her condition improved by lunchtime. Perhaps you should stop by her room? Maybe, at least once. Please be careful around her. No, I shouldn't. I can't see her right now. It's not that I'm not thinking about her, but because of what CL Senpai said, it's hard to see her right now. Shiki-sama, are you not returning to your room? You're right. Well then, shall we go in? Acting cheerful to hide my uneasiness, I passed through the mansion gates.
It is time. It is time to rape and kill and pillage the villages.
It's night. I talked only a little to Akiha at supper, and then came straight back to my room. She seemed no different than usual, so I'm sure Senpai's warning was wrong. If I'm going to go, I should leave pretty soon. Senpai said we'll talk at school tonight. If I go, she won't be my senpai any longer. but if I don't go, everything will go back to the way it was. Senpai left me with that choice. I actually didn't think we'd actually get a choice here. I guess we should go ahead and save just to be safe. Go and determine my own fate, or no, I'll stay at the mansion. Obviously it's going to be the first one because not going would be a pretty obvious mistake. Then we'd never learn the truth. So, I mean, the second choice would be like, oh, hey, I want to continue living in a delusion in which, Senpai is just Senpai, not some exorcist from the Holy Church that hunts vampires like fucking Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can't let it remain unanswered. If that dream is real, am I really a blood-sucking killer? I can't let those questions remain unanswered. I should take it, just in case. The knife has been in my desk ever since what happened with Satsuki. I slip it into my pocket. I go down to the lobby quietly, so that Hisui and Kohaku-san won't notice. I just need to open the door without making a sound, but before I can open it, it opens with a creak. Of course it does. Nissan, what is it? Why are you standing here, frozen? Akiha, why are you here? I ask wordlessly. I was just taking a walk in the garden. What about you, Nissan? It looks like you're going to go out right now. Yeah, I left something at school, so I was going back for it. I don't want to lie to Akiha, so I say as little as possible. You forgot something? Akiha narrows her eyes at me. Well, alright, it's still 8. Make sure you are back by 9, Nissan. Right. I'll be back in an hour. Surprised she actually bought that lie. Understood. I shall leave the door unlocked. Please take care. I wonder if she actually believes that we're going to do that. Akiha walks to the sitting room. It's strange. Before, I would have been doubted more, but Akiha seems to trust me completely. Is it because of what happened in the garden last night? Being trusted by Akiha, feeling that she trusts me, makes me very happy. Please be careful around her. Senpai's words return like a curse. Anyway, I'll go to the school and come straight back, and I'll meet with Senpai. Alright. I grasp the door handle. I get the feeling that Akiha knows what we're about to do. The school is wrapped in silence. Our school closes at 6:30, and no teachers or janitors patrol at night. I should be careful, Tono. There's a vampire that's lurking around here. At this time, the buildings are completely empty. All around, it's quiet. The only sound is the beating of my own heart. Is Senpai inside, I wonder? It's kind of weird just to think about Shiki just saying some of these things out loud. Like, he's just walking around. It's like, I wonder, is Senpai inside? It's like, nobody talks to themselves like this. I mean, even if people do talk to themselves, they don't say it like that. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Although she said she would wait at school, she never said where. No, Senpai probably deliberately didn't tell me. Well, it can't be helped. I'll cut the lock of a window and go in. I remove my glasses. Along with my light headache, the lines appear before me. The lines along which things easily break. Things which can be cut just by passing through them. With Yumizuka, it was just desperation. Removing my glasses calmly like this, I really feel how strange my eyes are. Now, where's a window with a line in the lock? Although anything can be cut, they can only be cut where the lines appear. If I cut the wall or the window itself, it'll draw attention tomorrow. The cut has to be as small as possible. Ah, perfect. Here goes. With a click, I cut the lock smoothly and open the corridor window. Thump. My chest aches as soon as I climb in the window. Oh, that music's not good. What is it? It's horribly... Thump. There's a horribly sinister atmosphere. Maybe because this is the vampire's domain. Senpai, where are you? It's hard to even murmur. My heart beats. A resounding pumping, like a drum driving my blood backwards. Huh? It looks like my fingertips are trembling. I feel sick. Without my glasses, my headache is getting worse by the second. What is this? It's strange. I don't understand. The atmosphere inside the building is so different from outside. If I have to put it into words, it's without life. Compared to the fresh air outside, the air inside the corridor is so weak that it feels sad. But I know. Though I'm breathing this air for the first time, I know it. Because I've always watched it. Every night in my dream. When I kill people and drink their blood, the atmosphere is always full of this smell of decay. Huh? A sound. From behind me, the sound of something falling. Senpai? I turn. There is... Oh shit, a strange man. A man made up of lines. I clasp my hand over my mouth, about to vomit. The lines run within his body. They run through his whole body like blood vessels. Get. The man walks towards me, as if in slow motion. Hello? I make up my mind and talk to him. Yes, talk to the zombie-like creature walking towards you, Tono. It's strange, but my eyes are stranger. It's the first time I've seen lines all over a person's body like this, but take them away and you'll have a normal human. I don't know about that, he'll probably still look like a zombie. The man is saying something. Oh, so that's him doing that. But his voice is not even a noise, I can't hear. The man approaches. Why is it? Whenever the man steps closer, a shudder runs through me. It's... The man is right in front of me. Wait, who? Are you? I don't even have time to finish. There's a crash. As he approaches, the man throws me aside with a single hand. My back. Thrown aside, my back smashes against the wall. It's so sudden, the pain makes my eyes dizzy. Ow, what are you doing all of a sudden? I stand and glare at the man. Oh yeah, no, he looks perfectly normal, Tono. My voice dies. What is he? What is this thing before me? Was this a man? Is this a living human being? No, that's not important right now. I recover my sight and look again at the man. Yes, it's back. Senpai said that my eyes can see the death within things. That's exactly right, because you're... The man says something. Nah, it sounded like he just said... Of course, it doesn't speak words, because half of his throat is missing. Oh, okay. It was bitten away by something. Something. So there's no way for him to speak. Why? You were killed yesterday. His shoulders are shaking. He seems to be laughing. But there's no mistake. The corpse before me is definitely the man I killed in the dream yesterday. You killed in the dream, but somehow he's here, so that means it wasn't a dream. The man approaches slowly. There's no thought. The lump of death approaches. A shudder of pain. Then I notice. When the man threw me before, the side of my chest was injured. My body hurts. Not just on the level of muscles, my bones themselves are creaking. Something definitely happened to my ribs. He broke your ribs. The man flings up an arm. At last, my numb head understands. Without a doubt, he intends to kill me. I dodge the sweep of the man's arm. There's an unpleasant crunching sound. The man's arm is embedded in the wall. It's buried right into the concrete wall. He did not hold back an inch. Breaking a concrete wall, and in return, he's breaking his own bones. It's a funny, hard to believe world. If it's a dream, I want it to end now. The man turns towards me. Another crunch. The man comes towards me, his arm still in the concrete wall. The arm. Stuck in the wall, the arm tears away from his body. He's still laughing. My legs move. I can't bear to be here any longer. I collapse to my knees with a thump. The man, that corpse, is not following. At that speed, it can't catch me. My chest hurts. Whenever I breathe, my ribs feel like they're about to break. Somehow I catch my breath. Somehow. I have to somehow get back to normal. I must calm down. Think. Look, and then think. I learned that from Sensei. So I have to think hard. Even if that's a dead body. Even if it's someone I killed. I can't think about it. That's just... Ignoring the pain in my ribs, I cry out. I don't understand. I can't understand. The one I have killed has returned to take his revenge. That's just a nightmare. It can't be real. It's just an insane nightmare. But what am I saying right now? I've been in a nightmare for a long time already. Damn it. I have to recover my breath and run away. I have to leave the school, go back to the mansion, tell Akiha I'm home. A sound from behind me. It can't be. It caught up? No, that's impossible. It moved so slowly it couldn't just catch up like that. I looked down the stairs. There's no one coming up. The noise was just my... And dead. Ah! Again, I'm beaten. When I turned around on the stairs, it seems it was already there. Have to get away. I drag my aching body up. I fall again with a thump. It seems that when he threw me this time, my leg was damaged. There's no strength in my right leg at all. I can't stand, and I can't escape. Approaching footsteps. Thump. Clank, clank. A dry, emotionless sound. Thump. The putrid smell of a corpse hangs in the air. Thump. My heart beats loudly. All rational thought has long departed. Thump. It approaches. That corpse is coming to kill me. I'm just afraid. Get! It's coming. With a body full of holes, it comes to kill me. One more step. Then it'll pierce my chest the way it did the wall, and that'll be the end. At that moment, I wonder, what is it that I fear? Am I afraid because the one I killed has returned? No, that's not it. Am I afraid because I'm about to be killed? No, that's not either. I remember only one thing. In my dreams, how hot it was when I kill people. I'm afraid of my own crime. I'm afraid of my own crime trying to kill people. Well, if that's so, then there's no problem. This one's already dead, so there's nothing to fear. There's nothing wrong with putting the dead to rest. So, there's no need to hesitate about killing again, is there? The body flings up an arm. I take the knife from my pocket. What followed was really quick. Was it because I watched all those crimes in my dreams? Or maybe because those crimes were committed by my own hands like I suspected. My arms moved impossibly fast, and struck down the corpse like a true killer. The meat, divided into 8 pieces, now just rolls around the corridor. A shudder. The feeling of slicing meat. The acceptance of taking a life. There is no flowing blood. Only my knife drips with blood. I remain spotless. Shuddering. A feeling of pain and coldness crawls on my back. There is nothing to earn. Only my knife drips with blood. I haven't gained anything. I just feel ill. Maybe I'm going crazy. Looking at the remains before me, my chest hurts like it was torn open. The school at night. In the moonlight, it's amusing.
I can kill. I can kill with this knife. Cut their body into pieces.
I laugh without stopping. It's not funny. Only regret is felt. I killed. Whatever the reason, I killed someone again. Even though he was blameless, the person also had a life to protect. A jarring, laughing voice. I want to kill my ears for listening, my throat for laughing. But I can only laugh. At least, I have to laugh. Unless I do a single act resembling human actions, I will break. I'm not laughing because something is funny. I laugh to keep my sanity. If I can't even ridicule myself, I can't keep my sanity. Perhaps I should have cried, but I won't allow myself such hypocrisy. What do I mean by killing the dead isn't a crime? It doesn't change. Whether he was living or dead, it doesn't change the fact that I made the decision to kill him. Even if he was already a corpse, the feeling of stopping his activity does not dull. I can't get mad at myself for my stupidity. Even if they're dead, killing someone is still a sin. As long as I, Tonoshiki, remain a proper human, the burden of this sin will never leave me. I remember Yumizuka. Even if it was the right thing to do, in the end, I know she wanted to live. Saying death is salvation is only the selfish wish of those still living. Death is just that, and is so painful. Someone is coming. This time, it has to be Senpai. Somehow, I stand, holding onto the wall. Thump, thump. My heart still beats violently. Even if my heart is halfway dead, my body tries to live until the very end. Such a worthless life. Dying like this is painful. I realized that already 8 years ago, during my time with Yumizuka, and even this very moment. Yet, Tonoshiki's body is still making a great effort to survive. How ugly. But which is ugly? The heart that thinks I should die because I'm a killer? Or the body trying to live by killing others? I think it's the heart. Good or evil, my heart is really fragile after all. You're here. Breathing heavily, I grasp the knife. My injured right leg hurts faintly. If I can feel pain, I can still move. Meaning I can still fight. Sounded like your leg was broken though, I'm surprised you can even move. And CL Senpai appears in the moonlight. Not only that, but your ribs are probably broken too. I'm surprised. In all the dreams you were never dressed like that. Yes, because these are the armaments to kill a vampire. A jolt. I understand the instant I see her eyes and hear her voice. This person plans to kill me without the slightest hesitation. I see. You called me here to kill me, Senpai. Senpai doesn't answer. Clearly, because there's nothing to say. That's mean. You said I'm not the killer, but yet you knew in your heart that I was. Yes, I knew from the beginning that the vampire haunting this town was Tono Shiki. You knew from the beginning? Yes, so I came to the school, in order to watch you. So saying, she draws a dagger. Twice the length and width of my knife, it is a weapon intended to kill. Senpai, I don't know what you are at all. Even if I knew, I don't think it would concern me. Yes, this is a situation of no concern to you. Yeah, but I'm still afraid I won't be killed. Thinking about it, I killed Yumizuka because I didn't want to die. So, I can't just die here. If you say you're going to kill me, that's fine. If we agree to kill each other, then there is crime, but no punishment. It would be more helpful if you think of it this way. A noise of movement. Before I realize it, Senpai's body is right in front of me. Well then, Tono-kun, let us continue last night's fight. A moment. CL Senpai moves fast enough to fling up sparks. Her attack is very simple. Leaping from right in front of me, she slashes a horizontal line with her dagger. I block with my own knife and am pushed back. My body staggers. I desperately stop myself from collapsing backwards and look for... What? For a moment, my mind freezes. There's no sign of her in the corridor. In an instant, as our weapons clash, Senpai suddenly disappeared. I think it was just by chance. Without reason, just the feel of a breeze beside me, I shift my gaze. In the blue moonlight shining through the window, I see Senpai's silhouette running up the wall like she was going up a flight of stairs. Above? Even as I notice, I lower my body. Scrambling on all fours like a dog, I escape forward. Glancing back, I see Senpai fall from the ceiling precisely where I was. After swinging at me, she ran up the wall to try to strike my head from the ceiling? Such an absurd roller coaster-like movement was charmingly beautiful, even though it could have skewered the back of my head. As if her previous flash of movement never happened, Senpai stops moving. Is she surprised I avoided that blow? Her blue eyes confirm that Tono Shiki is still alive. Her eyes devoid of feeling, like a machine. There is a tension as I wait for her to spring into her next action. I forget even to breathe. With those eyes upon me, I can't move. In just a moment more, that dagger will be driven into my chest. Sst! The only sound is my heart pounding. I stand, unable to move, and Senpai only stares at me. This is bad. At this rate, I'll break under this tension and make a movement. When that happens, Senpai will certainly strike me down. All I can do is grasp my knife tightly. At that moment, Senpai suddenly speaks. I'm surprised. You're certainly an excellent killer. You are not good at feeling the other's presence, but you are good at feeling your own death. Even if you don't remember it, perhaps you have been trained for such things. Senpai speaks without even moving her eyebrows. Against someone that has a superior self-defense mechanism close to seeing the future, assassination is useless. Trying to attack you from a blind spot was pointless, Tono-kun. Seeming terribly sad, Senpai lets out a sigh. It's a pity. If I can't kill your consciousness before you feel pain, all I can do is attack with my full strength. Even if you can see death coming, your reflexes also make it a moot point. Creak. You don't look well, Tono-kun. Thump. You've been feeling that way for a while, haven't you? Nausea that feels like your heart is being grabbed. Shudder. You're so sensitive. That's... shudder. Because of the impulse all living things have that says, I'm about to be killed. Saying that, she strikes from right in front of me. I block her dagger with mine. A shock. Senpai's simple attack feels like she used a giant hammer. My knife screeches. Shh! My fingertips go numb. But I don't have the time to think about that. Her foot audibly strikes the ground. The air is knocked out of me. Senpai has stepped into the gap between my legs. So close that our bodies collide, and with that momentum, Senpai slams her shoulder into my chest. I stagger. The strength in my knife weakens. Without a single pause, her second attack begins. Her dagger swings upward from below. Somehow, I block it with my knife, but I can't kill its momentum. Slash. There's a horrible sound. It's hot. Somewhere, I'm cut. Falling meat, the heat of blood. There's no time to feel any of that. The third blow comes. It was probably aimed at my heart. Since I immediately twisted my body to avoid it, the knife rips out my rib along with the flesh around it. Oh shit. I scream. The coldness of death does not cause me to shudder, but fear from the pain races through me. There follows the fourth unforgiving blow. My ribs are damaged. I can only use the power of my arm to wield my knife, but with that, it's impossible to block Senpai's dagger. Somehow, I jump back on my staggering leg. I get enough distance. Senpai turns, showing me her back. Crash. She drives a roundhouse kick like a spear into my belly. I collapse backwards onto the hallway floor. I don't have time to feel pain. If I don't stand up immediately, I'll be killed. But it's too late. The moment I get up, Senpai is right in front of me. The dagger strikes down at my heart. I was just desperate. In desperation, I try to match her blow by placing my knife next to Senpai's neck. Then, Senpai's dagger stops short. Breathing. My breathing is hard. Her dagger is aimed at my throat. If Senpai moves her hand even slightly, I'll die instantly. That fact, just that causes me to go insane. It's over. Even if you stab that knife through my neck, I won't die. What are... You said before that you saw it. Even though my body was pierced by an iron pipe, my body heals the wound instantly. Certainly, if you stab me through the neck, I'll be dead for a while, but I'll kill you before that. What? What she says is true. There's no sense in lying in a situation like this. In other words, this situation where both of us hold each other's life in each other's hands is meaningless. Won't die? But it could be true. Even injured like that, Senpai came to school like normal. But screw all that. I can see death on her body. Although it's very different from other people's, I can still see her death. So killing her is easy. The lines have no exceptions. If you don't believe me, please use your knife. In any case, you can't save yourself unless you kill me. Shall we test it out? She's provoking me. If I can be killed, kill me, she's saying. But Senpai, provocation like that is fatal. I'm not like the others. I can really kill you. If I look down, her dagger is at my chest. I have to kill, because I don't want to die. I found out I shouldn't die that easily, so I can't let myself be killed. No, it's simpler than that. I just don't want to die. My heart beats. So there's only one answer. Kill. Drive this knife into the line I see in CL's neck and kill her. Kill if you want to live. Kill. 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 Oh. Let's go ahead and save. I mean, I'm pretty sure the answer is obvious, but might as well. I have to live. I can't do it. I think we're gonna go with I can't do it, because I don't know, let's just go with that. That seems like the right answer to me. I can't breathe properly. Senpai's eyes don't appear interested in my death. Her dagger is poised directly in front of my heart. A situation where I'm a second away from being killed. That's odd. You've killed so many people, yet you're frightened to die yourself. Her breath blows into my eyes. Her words make me dizzy. Goodbye. If you won't do it, Tono-kun, I'll have to do it myself. Saying that, Senpai tenses her arms. This is the end. Tonoshiki dies here. If I don't want that, I have to stab with this knife faster than Senpai. My fingertips fill with strength, but that's all. My arms don't move at all. I don't want to die. It's not that I'm willing to die since I'm a killer. But if I don't kill CL Senpai, I'll be killed. So right now, I understand that even if I don't want to kill, I have to. So why? Why won't my arm move? Suddenly, I wanted to talk more with you, Tono-kun. That's why I really don't want to die now. Those words. But this is for sure the best way. So don't cry, Tono-kun. You did the right thing. They forced themselves into my memory. Yeah, bye-bye, Tono-kun. Thank you, and sorry. Yeah, I see now. Why aren't you resisting? I hear Senpai's voice. The dagger is still at my chest. It tears my clothes and digs into my flesh. Like this, you'll die. So why? Why aren't you moving your knife? That's because I can't. Why not? Even though you've killed so many people up to now. Never again. I can't do it. You just killed that corpse. After you've done it once, a second or third time will not change anything. If you don't do it, I will kill you. She's serious. In a second, the killer called Tonoshiki will surely be killed. It's not that I'm afraid. Yeah, but still, I can't kill someone. As I speak, tears flow. It's not like something is sad or someone's unhappy, but the tears running down my cheeks don't stop. How much time has passed? My mind, which has been in a trance. Phew, you understand at last, Tono-kun. Comes back with Senpai's words.
Senpai?
See? Are you satisfied? You're not a killer. Those words were true words. So, all this is just a dream. Tono-kun is Tono-kun. Very gentle, and so sensitive as to cry over something like this. Just the ordinary, everyday boy I yearned for. Saying so, Senpai puts the dagger away. Her scary tone of death disappears, and Senpai returns to her everyday gentle self. Why? You didn't come here to kill me, Senpai. Right, I came here to kill the self-loathing in your heart. Why is she blushing about that? You're not a killer. But since it seemed like you wouldn't believe that no matter how much I told you, I had to persuade you on a more physical level. What? Persuade me physically? Then, you mean it was all just an act? No, I was serious. I couldn't completely rule out the possibility of you being the killer, Tono-kun. Therefore, I couldn't hold back. Besides, it is more fun to go all out. You know, like how you enjoy teasing someone you like. Yeah, just threatening to kill them. Senpai says something pretty scary with a smile. And with that, I collapse. All the things I've been thinking about up until now seem so foolish. For some reason, it's funny, and I laugh. As Senpai says, that my fear that I might be a killer has disappeared. Yeah, you're right. It feels like I finally got it. But that's terrible, Senpai. You went too far today. Yes, I've been going easy on you up until now, so I made up for that too. Smiling, Senpai holds out her hand. I take it. With a grunt, Senpai pulls me up. You know, I thought that Tono lost his ribs. I'm not sure how he's still able to move around. We exit the building onto the school grounds. Senpai has treated the wound she inflicted. Somehow, by some trick, the wound's closed after Senpai put medicine-like stuff on there and put her hand over it. Must be that, regenerative powers or something. It's kind of like that stuff that Arcwade used, I suppose, in the Arcwade route, although she used a part of Nero to, heal Tono, so I'm not sure what CL used. Well then, I promise to tell you what I know. What do you want to hear, Tono-kun? What? Well, that's obvious. I want to know everything about my dreams. Why do I have dreams about killing people? Who exactly are you? There's a lot of things I don't understand. Ah, I see. Well, let's start with the dreams you have, Tono-kun. To put it simply, I don't think the dream you're seeing is your dream. Tono-kun, you say you dream of killing, but isn't the dream more like watching someone killing someone else? Well, yeah. Do you think I would kill people in my dreams if I could control myself? See? That's what I mean. When you sleep, you go into the killer's mind. Well, not exactly going into, but more like being taken into. So even though your viewpoint was that of the killer, didn't you feel as though you were watching things from afar? That's precisely right. Even though I've had dreams about killings for a while now, they've all felt as if I were watching a scene. But why is my mind and this killer's minds merging? There must be some reason, right? Yes, there's a very clear reason. But let us leave that aside for a moment. First, we have to discuss what you were calling the killer. Certainly, there is a killer, but its characteristics are more like that of a vampire's. That's fair enough. Certainly, you could call someone like that a vampire. I remember the scene in my dream. That guy, while enjoying the killing, he ate their flesh and blood. Yes, I am the person who came to this town to deal with that vampire. Although I can't tell you the details, the world has various defense mechanisms. Just like there are people to deal with those who break the law, there are also many organizations which deal with heretics who are inhuman. Think of me as a member of that kind of organization. Deal with vampires? Yes, that which sucks the blood of the living to maintain its own flesh, a stopped life which does so in order to have eternal life. It's my role to wipe out such heretics. That's the reason I was fighting the vampire every night in your dreams. There's nothing to say. To be honest, I don't understand the world she's talking about at all. Huh? So you fought the vampire several times already? Twice now. The first time it escaped, the second time our encounter was rather painful. Right, so you've seen his face, haven't you? So didn't you know immediately I wasn't the vampire? No. Unfortunately, I couldn't be certain. Since some vampires can change their bodies freely, you cannot rely on appearance to identify them. Really, that's a problem then. But now it's clear. So we've beaten around the bush, but this vampire is the serial killer then. Yes, the dead bodies reported as the victims of the serial killer are merely leftover food. Usually the flesh is consumed completely or the blood is drained and they become vampires too, so there shouldn't be any bodies left. Hold on. If people who get their blood sucked turn into vampires, then wouldn't they start multiplying? No, there is a limit to those who are killed by having their blood sucked, yet remain without dying. Most humans cannot separate the soul from the body, so the soul dies with the death of the body. Only perhaps 1 in 100 people can remain without dying. Like Yumizuka Satsuki did. What? Senpai, you knew about Yumizuka? No, by the time I got there, you had already destroyed her. I'm sorry, back then, even though I knew you were in pain, I couldn't help you. No, it's alright. I want to think that what happened with Yumizuka was for the best. But I see now. Yumizuka wasn't a vampire from the beginning. She was attacked by that vampire, and that was the result. Yes, that's true. But I don't think there are others like Yumizuka-san. It takes many years before a vampire can function as a vampire. For her to be able to function immediately, Yumizuka Satsuki must have had amazing spiritual conception. Huh? Spiritual conception? What's that? A functional extent of the brain determined when a person is an embryo, or so it is said. Like how you use your ability, isn't employing a section of the brain most people never use. The same for Yumizuka Satsuki. She was naturally suitable. So, instead of being under the control of her parent vampire, she became a vampire that could act independently. I don't understand Senpai's explanation, but one thing occurs to me. Senpai, you mentioned of my abilities, so you know about my eyes? Eyes? No, I don't know what kind of eyes you have, Tono-kun, but I know that you have a unique ability. Tono-kun's blood is special. Not a trained ability like mine, but something you were born with. Those kind of things are called supernatural powers. Most people have only one channel open in their minds, but you have another channel open that we can't see, right? Special blood? You mean the blood of the Tono house? Yes, the Tono bloodline is ancient. But looking at the history of the Tono family, one can see that the abilities of its members are varied, such as those who receive divine inspiration, those unable to maintain their shape as humans and become killers, or those who never awaken to their power. As time passed, this blood has thinned, and probably most of these abilities do not occur anymore. I'm aghast. If what Senpai says is true, then not just me, but Akiha will also have something broken like my eyes. Shall I continue? Tono-kun, you asked me a while ago, why are your senses merging with those of the vampire? Yes, I did. I think that is also related to your abilities. Your brain has a larger channel than other people. Because of that, when you sleep and your sense of self dims, your mind is drawn towards a vampire, which has an easily connectable brain with you. Huh? Senpai, what do you mean an easily connectable brain? You can't mean that they are made similarly, right? No, that is precisely what I mean. Have you ever heard of twins sharing experiences? Twins sharing experiences? For instance, like the elder brother is injured, the younger brother who's miles away feels the same pain. I think that your dreams are similar to this. Fundamentally, identical twins are two humans, flesh born from the same genes. They are body parts made from the same instructions, so it isn't impossible for pain to be felt by one brain to be received by the other. The brain is an organ that manages reception and transmission. Since every person's brain is made from a different blueprint, we have to communicate our feelings through language. But if two brains are precisely the same, thought will be transmitted without the need for language. To put it in the previous terms, since the brain's channel is on the same frequency, the electric signal is received. Since your brain is superior to others, you connect the bodies close to you. It can't be. I don't have any twin. I know. But in your case, it doesn't need to be a twin. It's not like you are merging with them, but more like you have similar brains. Since your brain has many channels, there is no need for you to be identical twins. Simply the same roots, a similar body, that's probably all that's needed for you to be drawn in. Probably a sibling with the same parents. Well, I suppose an exception could be made in the case of organ transplants. The flesh might pull on your mind in that case. It could happen with anyone connected by blood? Then that can't be. Akiha is the only blood relative I have left now. Only Akiha. Is there no one but Akiha? It can't be. That's wrong. Senpai doesn't answer. In my mind, I see Akiha's figure drinking Kohaku-san's blood. That can't be. I knew it. It wasn't a dream. I was the one who killed people and drank their blood. Because if I'm not, altogether, it makes sense. I suspected you at first, but after meeting you, I decided that you weren't it. But I might have just been fooling myself. So tonight was a gamble for me. If you had killed me without hesitation, I would have known you were a vampire, but you weren't after all. No, that was just... Tono-kun. All those in the Tono family have something inhuman mixed in their blood. Though some were completely harmless, there are usually only one of those in each generation. In the past, there were many members of the Tono family that drink blood, but you do not need to drink the blood of others to have the urge to. So, how would you know that, Senpai? Tono-kun, the Tono house holds a possibility of giving birth to a vampire. If you are not it, then... Sounds like all of them were vampires. That are just crazy. No, I shake my head desperately. I won't accept Senpai's words. I can't accept them. But I remember, in the detached building, the face of Tono Akiha drinking Kawaku-san's blood. It's not Akiha. The one with the strange power is me. You may be right. Just by looking, Akiha-san does not seem to have her power awakened. She is certainly contaminated with it, but only to a level that she can still turn back. No, it's not Akiha. I'm the one who has these troubles. Akiha waited for me for many years, and just today she said goodbye to me properly. I only hunt vampires. Whoever it is, I cannot overlook them. Unable to speak, I only bite my lip. I don't understand. If Akiha is such a thing, what should I do? Should I pretend not to realize, or should I fight Senpai to defend Akiha? It's useless. No matter how much I think, I can't find the answers. I understand. Akiha-san is a very important person to you, probably more important than yourself. Of course, a little sister is always important to her brother. We might end up fighting each other. There's nothing to say. I'm completely defeated. Senpai clearly states things I don't want to say. We reach the school gates. Senpai seems to have reached a conclusion, as she doesn't say anything. I won't ask what you'll do now. We'll part here. Her eyes emotionless, Senpai extends a hand. Saying nothing, I take her hand. For only a brief moment, Senpai and I exchange a hollow handshake. With just a goodbye, Senpai departs. I return to the mansion where Akiha awaits. I know from the conversation with Senpai that what I see are just dreams. But the fundamental problem is still unsolved. The vampire, the truth, that thing which kills people every night. If it's really Akiha, what can I do? What should I do? I don't know. Regretfully, all I can do is bite my lip. Yep, because Akiha would definitely go around raping people.